chart now, what was obvious to you? What was standing out to you?
If I look at the chart,
Yeah, just look at it as plain as it is, and just the first thing that just jump out to you, just the most obvious and simple thing. What can you see?
on a downtrend,
Okay, downtrend.
and downtrend, and um, can I say downtrend? The last major break of structure is to the downside.
Okay.
Yes, which is that place. Yes. Then right now, where market is, the last break of structure is to the upside. God bless you. So that's the last break of structure that happened there. That's the zone the market's
Yeah.
mitigated.
Okay.
Yeah. Current price is reacting off a breaker block as well. That's a zone, yes, that we're expecting market to come back to the lower high to
Okay.
come and give us the lower lows. But market has
So meaning the market
mark,
are targeting these lows to be taken out.
yes, but that low is a strong low. Is that there was a
Very
sort of
strong low because it broke
there was
structure.
block structure, yes. That's where those previous markets are reacting from. No, if
Exactly.
for me, that last line you just marked now, I would draw it out to this other side
There's no
as
need to
that's
draw it. Yeah, I know, but there's no
okay,
need to
okay,
draw it as so that your chart will be clean because something
okay,
also happened there that you need to
okay,
take notice of. Do you
okay.
understand? Yeah.
Yes,
So if you see the way I did it now, you already know at the back of your mind that this resistance is what is happening here. But inside
yes.
of it, you can see that this one swept this X
Liquidity there. I also
liquidity,
broke
and then
structure.
broke structure, internal structure, yeah, broke structure here on a lower
Yes,
time frame,
yes,
structure here on a lower time frame. So when it
yes.
came back, it activated from here to go up, right? But I already know this one. You can stretch it out like this. I know, but in order to just make it clean so that you can see the market behavior.
All right.
All right. So what next? Continue.
So if there's a strong low that broke structure to the upside, then we're looking forward to this. Market is dropping down. And
Mhm.
as market is dropping down, market has broken structure on a lower time frame, definitely to give that is going to the downside. But right
How
now,
can you tell? Let me switch this up. How
okay,
can you tell the market has broken structure on the lower time frame just by looking at this one?
okay, you see the candle, the first candle that mitigated the other block, the
Yes.
zone at the top. Yes, the second candle closed below that candle. Yes,
Very good.
market has broke structure, so I don't need to go to lower time frame to know that.
Okay, good.
So right now we are expecting the market to give, since it has broken structure, we're expecting it to. It's reacting right now. It broke structure and it's reacting off that breaker block, which is that last break of structure to the upside. So yes, it's reacting off that place. Okay, so that's it. Okay. Right now, we're expecting market to trade into this other block this zone that you just marked. Then give us
On
uh,
this one,
no, no. You already marked out the
if
zone.
this
That's
is
what,
higher low that broke structure, is market not supposed to come to this higher low for
yeah,
you
that's
to
what I'm,
buy back?
that's well, I was trying to stay explaining inside that where market is actually distributing right now. No market is giving us like a distribution there.
Okay.
Yes. So we'll look for a break of structure, maybe a sweep of liquidity to the upside, then a drop. Then we'll sell to that zone to come and give us higher low to continue the higher high. But right now, market has tapped into the lower high of the external range.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
If you
that
need
zone,
want me to go to a lower time frame, it's
okay,
cool because let me tell you something, okay? If and I'm looking at this chart right now,
yeah,
you've done quite the most important things. There is no
okay,
need to try and pick every tiny thing. As long
mm,
as you said, okay, we are going lower, this is a lower low, price has come here, it has tapped into this zone, it's giving you distribution, this is a higher low. Now you
Yeah.
have your point of interest that okay, you want price to come into this point of interest. There is nothing else. You shouldn't be bothered by anything else. You already know where price wants to come to. Now you can go to your lower time frame. You
Okay.
understand what I'm saying? You don't have to look at every single.
Like I don't have to pick out every
Yeah,
single
you don't have to
trend
pick out everything. Just make it as simple as you can.
as
Just do the best simple things, right?
okay.
That's how you do it. All right. So my turn. Let me
Okay.
start my. Okay. So first of all, like you said, while I'm looking at this chart, right, the first thing my brain is going to pick is this breakout structure. And that's the first thing that will just, probably come to me. And I want to make my chart as simple as I can. If think, for example, that you have just 10 about 10 lines to draw, and after that 10 lines, you can't draw any more lines on your chart.
Nice.
You want to draw only the most important lines, right? So that's how I think of it. Now, this is distribution.
Yeah.
This will be accumulation on a very lower time frame, right?
Definitely. Yeah.
Now, yeah, that will be accumulation. Now, I'll look at it and say, okay, this is lower low, right? Market has already accumulated from bought from this zone.
So mitigated that zone already.
Yeah, after taking this internal liquidity.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool, right? It also broke this structure. I know
Okay.
there is no need for
Okay.
me to mark it. I know, but there's no need for me to mark it. The next thing I'm going to mark is this lower high.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
price
Yeah.
is, you know,
Yeah.
reacting from inside of this distribution, right?
Okay.
Now, because I know this is extreme low, this is where market bought from to go up. I'm
Yeah.
looking at these ones as liquidity. This is double low.
I was going I was going to say that when when you put back your line chart on it,
Yeah,
I don't used to see that much. So, but
yeah,
I knew that was a equal low. So that is
yeah.
liquidity.
So I no
That's
longer care about this market moving up. Right now, it has come into my zone, and all I care about is taking out every
internally.
low until we take out these external lows right here. So my next point of interest again is this candle here that swept and taps. That would be my point of, even if I want to buy, this is where I'll be looking for to buy. So I will have it at back on my mind that okay, if I'm selling up to this zone, and then I'm looking at every single thing under here as liquidity.
Okay. Sorry,
Oh,
I want to ask a question.
okay, go on.
Why are you looking at it from 3 months? Are you looking at it from 3 months because why are you looking at it from 3 months? Sorry.
Okay, that's a very good question. Now I want to see. I'm going back into a higher time frame where I can see the larger picture, but it's clearer and easy for me. As
Okay.
if, where it's almost as if I want to take. I'm looking at it 3 months right now, like a 1 minute chart. So I'm
Okay.
analyzing it right now as if I want to take trade on it right now. Right now, if this was the 1 minute chart, we would have
Yeah.
taken this trade like this on the one
Already.
minute, right?
Minutes.
And
Yes.
our TP would be like this, either this low first or this
So,
1 minute. We would say, okay, this is inducement. We say this was
yeah.
inducement,
Just
and
minutes,
price
yeah.
has swept the inducement, right? Because we have a double top there. We say price has swept this inducement. If you're trading on a New York session, is this not how you take the trade?
Yeah.
Exactly. So imagine people who trade on 3 months time frame, their trade is already active. So now
Active
that I've done it like this, it's easy. I already know where this market is going to go to for the next 3
3 months.
months or 1 year, or I don't know. I don't even get what I'm trying to say.
Yes, I get you now.
So now all I have to do is to just go to lower time frame and look for how to cash and follow the trend down.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all. This is, as we are looking at this analysis, I'm done with DSY right now. This is the whole analysis. I'm not going to do anything more than this because the trade is already active. All I have to
Can,
do now
yeah. Can you
is
still say
go.
that you look at it from 3 months as because market is breaking into quarterlies with the way I've understood the market to some extent because the first quarter is January, February, March. Second quarter is April, May, June,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
I know what you're talking about, quarters,
You
yeah.
know that I'm talking about. So
Yeah,
basically, we can also say that you are looking at the charts, at the quarterly charts, like, and you are analyzing it as 1 minute.
exactly, yeah, yeah, exactly,
You don't bust my head, though.
exactly.
You don't bust my head, guy. No be play, oh.
You understand, exactly.
Yeah.
And remember what I told you before. I say if you want to know the secret of this market, or if you want to see the secret of this market,
Yeah.
learn how to look at any time frame as 1 minute time frame. Look at it as if you want to take the trade right now.
Yeah. All right.
So I'm looking at the 3 months chart, but I'm looking at it as if it's a 1 minute. If this was a 1 minute time frame and you saw this kind of setup, you take this trade as a sell exactly like this. Because you
Yes, sir.
say price has broken structure, retraced up, swept inducement, right?
Yes.
Even this inducement here, there's also an X here. This is break of structure. Right here, we have a break
Yes.
of structure here, right? Then we have this last inducement, this last high right here.
I
Price
like
also
high the
swept
market
it.
as well.
Yeah, so price also
Um,
swept it. So this is a
it took out
perfect sell setup.
it took out all the internal liquidities.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
was liquidity before POI, confirming the POI, very nice POI, and there's
exactly.
distribution. Oh God.
So you see, this is clearly telling you it wants to sell. So now I
So
know I
yeah,
can mark this as this is a strong high that took liquidity from here and then price broke, break construction. That's why it came back. So return and resistance,
you
strong
test some
support. I know all of those things. All of those things have played out. That's none of my business anymore. I don't mark out anything that is not going to be important for going forward. How will my marking all of these Zoom make it important? It just makes your charts too crowded. You don't
Okay,
really,
all
it's too
right.
crowded. Yeah, you just mark, okay, price has collected all the internal liquidity. I know. Now what is remaining? It has created all this internal liquidity on its way up, and now it's going to come and collect it back. So this is what I just mark the only thing I'm interested in. Lower low accumulation, lower high distribution. Price, you see this one, it came, took liquidity, then broke, accumulated here, and then shut up, gave a reaccumulation, swept this low, yes,
Back.
reactivated from here.
Good.
But I don't need to
You did
mark
not.
all those things that are not important. That's just what I'm saying.
All right, no problem. Now I understand
You
what you're
just
saying.
keep it simple,
Simple. All right, noted.
right?
Yeah.
Now, from here, what do we do next? I can ask you, okay, now we already know the sell is active. Now I go to the monthly time frame. Now I'm looking for how to catch and follow the
Trade.
trend downward. Can you see this chart is getting clearer? The more you go to the lower time frame, the more it gets clearer. So it might not be too clear
Okay.
for you the way I see it because I've probably seen it a lot of times, right? Like I can tell what's
Yeah.
going on the lower time frame from higher time frame because I know how the candle form. But for you, probably when you start having going to the lower time frame, you see it clearly. But all the same,
Yeah.
right? Now on the monthly
Can you
time
can you
frame, you see.
can you up your line chart, your EMA first,
All right.
please?
Okay.
Okay. So it's clear. You can on it back. I just wanted to see what happened at the current level of where prices. Yeah.
So you see, the distribution is getting clearer, right?
Yeah.
And then you see the accumulation here, that price
Yes.
swept. Yeah,
That's
we have another accumulation here that price has not come into. And then you see
exactly.
all of this is just for liquidity. So the same thing, I'm not going to start marking all these minor things that happen. As you can see, here you see the break of structure very clearly here, right? After price took this low, it broke the structure, then it set this liquidity just like
Yeah.
this, right? And then it came back into this zone, gave a
Yeah.
reaction, but then just went up straight up, right?
Yeah.
Taking out these lows, and now this time it's created a liquidity at the bottom there. So yeah, There's no need to mark a lot of things. We already know what we are looking for. Yeah, we already know what we are looking for. We're looking to see a distribution from here or to see sales here. Here. So now we just open to this area.
Yeah.
Now, when you look at this structure like this, what do you see?
I see a sweep and a break. A sweep of liquidity, a break to the downside. The market is going up. Then there's an unmitigated order block at the top. But I'm still expecting a run up on liquidity. Yeah.
You mean this other block?
Yeah. But right now, where the market is right now, there's a sweep of liquidity and a break to the downside. After the break to the
Sweep of
downside, that
liquidity. Here's the sweep of liquidity. This one that swept this one
yes.
and then broke to the downside.
So
Okay.
break to the downside, I created liquidity. That's that's what I'm saying. That's the only thing I'm saying. You just marked it out.
What about this?
That's an accumulation. That's when I'm expecting market to come to go. We're talking about getting a sell or confirmation.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so that's why I did not pick out that zones. Not that I didn't look at that place.
So do you think this is liquidity for
Yes,
price to
that is.
come up and take these guys? Because everybody want to sell from here.
Yes, that is liquidity as
But
well. Because
price swept this low
yeah,
and then broke all this structure. And then it has only come back. And you see the next candle after this one engulfed this one. This one engulfed this candle. And then this next one even closed above this one, which is a
so
structure on the lower time frame.
yes, yes.
So don't you
So
think if price wants to go up, it will take out these guys, come up something like this?
yeah, yes, that is liquidity because that is liquidity. But what is confusing me now? Maybe it's because we marked it out. You know this place now that is liquidity that swept liquidity at the liquidity that I swept.
So
Is that liquidity? That line at the
let me
top.
show you something. You see this last candle, this pin back candle that came down, took out now, went back up.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, what did he do? After taking out this liquidity and then going back up, what else did he do?
It came as it
The
broke
most
structure.
important thing, the most important thing that this candle did after taking out the liquidity is that
It broke
it did
structure.
not break this no, no, it did not break this no.
Nah, I wasn't seeing it. To be honest, I wasn't seeing it at all.
So you can see this pin bar, it closed above this place now. This pin bar candle that came down, it closed above this place. Then look at the next candle also opened above this place and went up,
Oh, yeah, I can
right?
see. Yeah,
So meaning you'll be looking to buy from this pin bar, from the open of this pin bar to this place, just like this. People are already buying from that zone, just like that. And that's why you're seeing the candle go up. So let's put it like this. Let's assume,
okay.
right? Because
Yeah,
everything is a narrative. You're telling yourself a narrative. Let's assume now that these people have articulated their buys from here to take
yeah,
price into this zone.
yeah.
Now, why are we looking at it like that? Because this also looks like what?
Accumulation,
Yeah, reaccumulation.
accumulation.
So we can see price will be willing to come back down here, give us a recommendation, and then push back up just to take out these guys and come into this zone before falling back down into this accommodation, right? That's a possibility. But then let's go to the weekly time frame. Leaving it like this, there's nothing more we can do, right? It's so clean, right? Now we'll go to the weekly time frame and then see what I'm talking about. Now, when you come to the weekly time frame, right?
Yeah.
You can see this accumulation very clearly now. And then
Yeah.
what can you see? You can see we have another accumulation here. It was this accumulation that gave rise to this. There's another accumulation inside here, a smaller accumulation here that gave another smaller accumulation here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's not worry about that. Let's focus on about what we have going on here. So now if we open the charts, right, we're selling, right? If we look at this zone that will mark that here, what do we notice in that zone? Notice that there is a distribution here. This is
Yes.
distribution, right? This is accumulation. This is accumulation, right? So this was where we have our break of structure
To the downside.
to the downside, exactly. Now after having our break of structure to the downside over there, this is our other block.
Where the market, where those orders activated from.
Yes.
Went down.
Now take out this guy, clean it. We're calling this guy liquidity because it has these eyes like this. So you see, that can serve as liquidity, and at the same time, this is what? That's what? Distribution. Yeah. Now we can refine this guy to this last other block right here. You can see that that's your price. Now, if you look at what is happening here, right? Look at what's happening here. Like I said, when I said this looks like a big accumulation, right? You can see that price took out this low.
Yeah.
Right? Took out these lows, broke this structure, and then broke this structure. So now we have something like this, right? And so now this is your higher low, and this is higher high. But what would you do if you found yourself in this situation? What will you do? Are you going to buy or are you going to sell? Because now we have this other block in this distribution where I'm looking for price to sell. If price comes deeply into that zone and then gives me a lower time frame structure, I'll be very inclined to sell from there. Now, what do you do? Are you going to follow the buys or are you going to follow the sales? What do you do? If you're looking at it right now and you want to buy, you'll probably be looking at this last pin back and look, this guy that tapped into this last other block. You're looking for a buy, and if you're looking for a sell, you can either be looking at this other block right here inside this distribution, right? I wouldn't want to sell from anywhere here because there's liquidity above it. So I wouldn't want to sell from anywhere in this zone, right?
So if price have closed above the other block that you just marked out, you will not be looking forward to buy above that zone.
If price close above this other block,
yes, you will not be looking to sell above that zone.
I'm not looking to sell above this zone. If price comes into the, as you can see right now, what do you look? We have our first rejection here, right? And then we have another rejection here. What is that telling you? It's telling you that sellers are coming into the market and look, they've swept these highs, right? So now ask yourself a simple question. All the money that these two candles are sweeping from this, what are they going to do with the money?
All the money that they swept there, they're going to give to another people now.
Yeah, who are they going to give it to? This is supply zone. If you are
Yeah.
selling in supply, you're taking it to demand. If you're from
Mhm.
demand, you are taking it to supply. So what I would do is, since I'm looking at this chart like this, right? This zone is a strong zone because it broke these lows and it's telling us that we are bullish, right? And this zone broke from here, telling us we are bearish. So it means that this is our low and this is our high. This break of structure here is giving us a signal that I want to start retracing to my original high where I came out from. So
Yeah.
that means this is your point A, this is your range, right? This is your range.
Compared to the other place, the market range. So
Yeah, that's
especially
your
when it comes
range.
to
That's
high.
your A, and this is your B. Now, let me simply explain what is going on, right? When
Okay.
the market is, you see the market is bullish from here, right? So it's going higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Then when it breaks structure like this,
Yeah.
higher high, higher low, that's when you cannot say that price has formed a high.
Right.
You know what I mean? Then wherever the market is coming from,
Yeah.
that also broke structure. Um, you know, this
Yeah.
place that also broke structure is
It's a
now
low.
your what range.
From there to there.
Right? This is how you identify a range from one break of structure, from one what's it called? From one break of structure to another break of structure. That's how you identify your range. Do you
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
Sweep, break. So now this one broke to say, okay, it's coming down. So it's creating lower low, lower high, lower lows, lower high, lower lows, lower high. Immediately it breaks. Now it's telling
Yeah.
you your range is from year to year. Now this is the time you now pull out your feed and say, okay, from year to year, where do you want to sell from? You want to sell from, 0.8 or 0.6. And in this 0.8, we have this pin bar here.
And
We
yeah,
have this
that's
pin bar. The price has not tested.
and that pin bar that also taps into the supply.
Yeah. So now the range of this one coming down now, this one coming down is break of structure, right? So the market
Yeah.
has broken structure, retrace, coming down, going up, coming down, going up, coming down, going up, right? Came into an
Yeah.
area of demand, and then what happened? Break structure, which is this break of structure, and
Yeah.
then came down. If this distribution tap into this zone and broke this structure, then if
Yeah.
it's coming back up, I will sell. But this zone coming here and it did not break this structure and instead gave a reaction.
That
You know,
zone
this is
automatically
a
turning.
failed distribution that failed to take out demand
Yeah.
because it broke structure. So after breaking this structure, it's telling me it wants to now come back to this zone, either to take out this high to create new highs or to distribute. But because you have a break of structure now, because you have a break of structure, you
You have
cannot
your
tell
new
that now you have a new zone. Yes, now have a new zone. So that's exactly what's happening right here. So now we have from this distribution now to this zone because now the market has broken structure, telling us it wants to go back into these areas, take out this liquidity because this was a failed distribution that failed to
category.
create a lower low. Yeah, it failed to create a lower low. So so if price decides to come down, and then give us accumulation. I'm going to be looking at this last now. If we can get an accumulation in this zone, then I'm going to buy TD zone. If I can get an accumulation here, then I'm holding it TD zone. There is no doubt price is going to look for higher prices. You understand?
Yeah.
So right now, since price is already reacting from this other block, then it's quite simple. It comes down to patience, right? Everything in the market is all about patience. So coming to the daily time frame, what can we see? We can see clearly our distribution. We can see clearly the distribution. We can see that this is the last low, but price broke all of these lows, coming down. We don't need to mark too much. Um, we can now identify this zone and then we can adjust this zone properly to this pin bar candle here and see that okay, that's the price is reacting from, and then we can just leave this like this. So looking at this on the daily time frame, right, it's now much clearer. We can
Yeah.
now see that okay, this is what we're looking at, this is what we're looking at. Right? So if we adjust this zone into this last other block here, this last candle here, this is what it comes down to, right? Clean,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Yeah. And price also took out these highs, these extreme highs, these ones. Price also took it out. You see? Clean, very, very clean. And this is also a strong high because it took out liquidity from inside these two
Yes.
guys. You see?
Yeah.
Took
It's
out
still
these
high.
two liquidities, yeah. Took out those two liquidities before breaking his own structure. So that's a strong high on it. So you see the last candle, just the last candle,
Yeah.
just the last candle. So this is how you refine, right? So you see just the last candle, price came into there. Immediately price came into there, what did price do? Right? You look at the distribution. Let me break down the distribution for you. Immediately price came, it swept these highs and then it broke these lows. Or you can use this or use line charts. Line chart
Yeah.
is cleaner. So it broke those lows. After breaking those lows, what did price do? Created these highs. I'm also using the line chart right now.
Okay.
Created those highs, swept it as internal liquidity, right? Whereas price just came to this last other block here. That's where it just activated from. So if I put up this line chart so you can see it clearly, right? So you see price just came to that last other block after sweeping all these highs, including these high right there. So now, right, looking at this right now, what do you think, is going on? Because clearly, after price came into this other block here, tapped into this other block, it broke structure here, it broke
Mm.
structure right here from these highs, broke structure over there. But
Yeah.
then the price didn't come back to test it. Instead, price just from this pin bar, price just accumulated from there, gave an accumulation again, then pumped up again, right? But now
Mm.
price has collected this liquidity, this top here, one, and then gave another push again to take out this guy. Now, what's to say price has taken out this guy,
Yeah.
right? All we need to wait for is to see if price is going to break this low.
And close below it. Alright.
Because if it breaks this low, then we're looking for a sell, right? We're looking for a sell down into these zones. Yeah, I said, okay, probably want to see an accumulation to then take price up. But then again, this is DXY, and the DXY lags with the Euro USD. So now I'm going to show you something, just a quick comparison for you to open your eyes to something, right? Now, what you see right here is um dollar, but let me go to the Euro USD. Now look at the Euro USD. When you look at the Euro USD, okay, I've already done an analysis here on Euro USD for what I'm expecting, but let me take everything off. Now, if you look at the Euro USD, right, this is not inverted. I need to invert one of them. This is weekly. Okay, let me go to daily.
Are you sure it's not inverted?
No, it's not inverted. Now I'm going to invert it. Cool. Now it's inverted. Now it's the same thing with the dollar. Look at it. Now it's the same thing. So now dollar has distribution here, right? euro has distribution here. Now, if you are looking at the euro right now, look at the dollar. You see, this zone has not properly come into the top of this zone. But if you look at the euro USD, look, price has already come into this zone and it has taken out this inducement. Look at those perfect double top that is swept out while tapping into that zone, right? Now, look at another zone. This top, okay, we have this top right here. That's exactly where price came to, right? Start sweeping these highs, right? So price came there and then gave us this distribution. So we have our break of structure here. We have our buys from here.
Yeah.
After price took out this what inducement. So what is?
That's all.
Look at this extreme accumulation here.
This one, yeah.
So meaning that what? Meaning that this is liquidity. What is? What can you see? Look at these lows.
Oh, the call want to end soon.
Yeah. Look at these lows. What do you think the market is going to do after it has come into this zone?
That zone has also a breaker block. If you
It
sell down
gives
to take
it gives a break of structure here. If price
yeah,
breaks below this zone, then it's going to sell until we come here.
yeah, before we buy again.
Exactly. That's the same thing we have on DSY.
Yeah,
So I believe with just these two, we should be able to know the other analysis for the rest pair because there was not enough time to
yeah.
go through it.
If cut it back, so literally.